Hi, I'm Chitra Chanda. I'm an author and an oral storyteller, and I'm often asked how I got into writing. How did I write lots of books? Um, I did not start with writing. I started with oral storytelling when I was very little. My first prize ever in school came for oral storytelling, and I had performed a story that I learned at home in front of the entire school. But I was always interested in stories. I was always reading folk tales, books from everywhere, even though we didn't have a formal library system when I grew up in India. And I was always interested in writing my thoughts down. I kept diaries. I wrote poems. I read poems and tried to emulate them. And I didn't actually start writing stories until much later. I wrote a lot of essays. I love writing memoir pieces, non-fiction essays, an argument about a topic, and those kind of things is where I actually started. Then my first actual writing for children and getting published happened when I lived in Singapore. And I started writing for magazines, so started writing short stories, poems for US magazines. I used to send them out, magazines in Australia and New Zealand, and Singapore, Indonesia, and I published lots of these stories that I will come up either to a topic, or I'll send in a story on spec. And then I was approached by a publisher who asked me if I would retell Indian folk tales for them, and my journey in writing children's books in Singapore started. I wrote a lot of fiction and non-fiction. I wrote a book of riddles. I wrote a lot for their school magazines, and I kind of honed my craft writing there. And my first picture book was published in India by Thulika Books, and that was a story that was very close to me, and it went through many redrafts until publication. So that's kind of my early journey into writing.